Weekend Insights here, recorded on a Friday, but designed to take you all the way through the weekend. If you like the deeper dive into meteorology, you've come to the right place. What we're going to talk about in this video, gusty wind that starts the weekend for us. It does subside the deeper into the weekend that we go. Some mountain snow showers on our Friday evening, leaving a little bit of accumulation. We'll look at that. Details on the weekend, of course, and both Sunday night and again Thursday, the upcoming week. You've got a couple of chances of showers. We'll take a look at that as well. Let's start out with the wind because that's been boosting the fire danger for our Friday. Notice the gusts all the way into Friday evening, going over 30 miles per hour. Starting out of the southwest, cold front comes through, comes out of the northwest by the time we get into the course of the evening and the overnight. They are strongest during the day Friday. On Saturday in the morning, it'll still be gusty. Timestamp in the upper left. Notice early on you've got gusts to 30 coming out of the northwest, carrying in drier air, but the wind sits down as you go through the day. So most of the fire spread concerns are going to be during the day Friday. Actually, on a national scale, mid-Atlantic all the way up into southwest New England has been highlighted by the Storm Prediction Center, which also does fire spread outlook. But on a local scale, take a look. As we get to the afternoon, you've actually got moderate fire spread for both the north and south shore, running all the way down through Providence and then through southern and central Connecticut into southwestern Connecticut. Once you get past Friday afternoon, that all goes down to a low fire spread. Still a red flag warning on our Friday afternoon from the National Weather Service for explosive fire growth potential. Got a cold front coming through that I just mentioned that shifts the winds around, brings in another shot of drier air. So the big storm I've talked about in Insights over the past couple of days continues out on the front range of the Rockies. But again, that anticipated to cut northeast. It kind of spreads out. And by the time it gets here, well, that's your Sunday night showers that come into play, probably starting around 9 or 10 p.m. the way it looks right now on Sunday evenings. Not really impacting during the day on Sunday. Total precipitation over the course of the next 48 hours. At home, there's very little. What we are going to watch is in northern New England later today, this evening, and tonight, you get some rain showers that turn to snow showers. That's with the passage of the cold front, and you may get a little bit of what we call upslope flow. When the northwest wind begins, just enough moisture to crank out at least a coating of snow, and in blue, you may be able to pick up an inch of snow when you get into parts of Coos County around Pittsburgh, running over to Rangeley, at least in the high terrain, and out of the presidentials. There may be as much as 2 inches of snow with elevation in the higher terrain. Northern Maine also picking up a coating to an inch of snow during the course of this evening and the overnight tonight, Friday night, and then after that it would be done as drier air builds in for the upcoming weekend. The good news, if you're going to have outdoor plans, is it's dry both weekend days. As I mentioned, it's a bit windy on Saturday morning, so if you've got youth sports, you're going to be out there watching the kids' games, things like that, you want to make sure that you're dressed appropriately for what will be kind of a chilly wind in the morning on Saturday. Then it sits down later in the day. By the time we get to Sunday, the clouds are increasing, but you are dry until, as I mentioned, about 9 or 10 p.m. Here's the rain coming in at 10 o'clock. It does rain overnight Sunday night. It will rain into early Monday morning, but notice by 7:15 it's breaking up. By midday Monday, the rain is pretty much gone, save for a leftover shower in the mountains of northern New England, and then maybe a passing quick shower or sprinkle Tuesday with kind of a reinforcing cool front that makes its way through us. So that's how things look just coming up over the course of the next few days. In terms of total rain amounts, when you figure in what's going to come through on Sunday night into Monday morning, you know what? We could use it if we can get 0.3 of an inch of rain, which is what it looks like. It's not a ton, but notice also, it's important to note, there is going to be a hole somewhere. Right now, it looks like maybe around Concord and Rochester, you get less. Obviously, if this shifts just a little bit, that hole of lesser amounts would shift north or south as well. But for now, this is kind of our best estimate on where we land. Even if it ends up, let's say, either side of a 1/4 inch of rain, we'll take it. It certainly is going to help things at least a little bit. It's not drought buster, but it'll help. And again, if you've been watching, you've seen me mention that the atmospheric moisture that's coming off of Raphael, a little piece of that gets grabbed and contributes to the Sunday night rain, Monday morning rain. Then that's gone. The issue is Raphael is now forecast just kind of sit down in the Gulf of Mexico. So what that means is with that rain chance on Thursday of next week, if you don't really tap much of that moisture, you're not going to get a lot of rain out of that. So you do have an elevated chance of showers. You'll watch that in a 14-day on our app. But at the same time, don't be shocked if you see the chance go down as we get closer. Even if it doesn't go down on the chance of showers, I do think the amounts will probably have to be limited unless somehow you can open up that moisture out of the Gulf. All right, meanwhile, day-by-day high temperature maps for the weekend. Saturday only in the 40s in northern New England, 50s when you come into southern New England, that windy start, a less windy finish, And because the wind dies down under a mostly clear sky Saturday night, that's why the temperatures, look at this, widespread 20s across the area. Good hard freeze comes in for Saturday night. Sunday, expect to find temperatures a little bit better than Saturday anyway, reaching up into the 50s for most of us, 40s in northern Maine. The wind begins to shift and starts to bring in some slightly milder air, but you get the clouds as a result. Remember, it doesn't rain until we get to Sunday evening and night. There are the showers, temperatures in the 40s overnight Sunday night. Probably no snowflakes in the North Country the way it looks right now Sunday night. And Monday, actually, once you get rid of the showers in the morning, you may be able to jump into the 60s. So it's not that cool of a day behind those showers. It does start turning cooler Tuesday. Remember, we talked about that kind of reinforcing cold front that comes through, and you can see the result of that too. It's bringing in some cooler air on a northwest wind. A reminder, you can grab our app and watch all the hourly details. We go out to 48 hours, hour by hour on the hourly page. That includes chance of rainfall in each of those hours. That includes your temperature, your wind direction, and speed as well. The other thing, of course, the 14 days. So you can check that out and watch that chance of showers for Thursday. It's noises, 1 degree outside weather, and so many have been grabbing some merchandise. We really appreciate it. It's very nice. Swag.onedegreeoutside.com. That's how it looks for now. Hope you have a great weekend. We will have an early morning update for you on Saturday, just as a last recap. But this will be your insights, your deeper dive that'll get you through the weekend. We'll see you again to get the new week started out on Sunday evening.